Hi, it's Mayor Stahl with another edition of Business Spotlight. I'm real pleased to be up at the fields here in East Brunswick with Leon Spector, the head coach and owner of Escrimeur Fencing Club. A unique place for your children and adults to come and learn something new about a new sport. Not a new sport, but certainly something that's new to me and certainly fascinating. Leon, tell us something about the club.
Well, we started pretty small. Originally I had two fencers who were trying to find out what fencing is all about, and they thought about some movies like Star Wars, like Musketeers, Zorro, and they came to the club, and I was coaching them for about 3 weeks until another kids found out about the club and then started joining us little by little.
How did you first come involved with fencing?
Well, I came from the same background pretty much. I was dreaming about Musketeers and Zorro. I thought this is my ideal role model, and I was dreaming about fencing since I was 6. Unfortunately, I couldn't start when I was 6, and I started when I was 8. The moment I turned 8, my dad took me to a sports club and then fencing club, and I started fencing there.
For us people who aren't familiar with fencing, there are different types of competition. What are they?
Well, fencing is about individual competition and about team competition. Some people think that it's just individual, but luckily enough, I always relate to the story of 3 Musketeers. That fencing team usually consists of 3 fencers and 1 additional fencer as a backup. But competitions are coming on all levels, starting with the small clubs competitions, regional competitions, national competitions, internationals, championships, cups, Olympic Games. In fact, fencing was one of the first sports that became Olympic sport when the Olympics resumed in 1896.
But within fencing, is there different types of styles?
Yes, there are 3 main weapons in fencing, actually 3 weapons, and they are looking kind of alike, they're very different. And the styles of fencing is different, the target is different, even the tactics and the mind work is very different on those styles.
You use the word weapons, but is fencing really dangerous?
It's probably one of the safest combat sports. It's not that dangerous. It has a lot of gear, pretty much layered up with all kind of outfits, and then you fence. Kids get excited about being having a mask and protective gear and not being hurt so much.
Why do you think the children like the fencing?
It's a good question. I think mainly because it's very spectacular. It's dazzling. I think that's what attracts them, and also kind of winning against your opponent is one of the things that children are looking for.
The training that you do, is it one-on-one or is it in group settings?
Well, we do different kind of classes. We start with individual classes, kind of private lessons. Pretty much everybody who is enrolled first time in fencing and they never done it before, we're going through private lessons first, and then we put them in groups. Group drills are very fun, actually, because there are some games, some athletics exercises, and then competitions also.
How does someone get involved in learning fencing here at your club?
Just come join us for a free class to try, see how it works, and then everything starts from here. We provide everybody with, those who don't have gear, we provide with our gear that they can use for fencing, and eventually probably buy their own.
We're located at the Fields, which is on Cornwall, at the end of Cornwall and Lexington. What are your hours, or what's the best way for people to get in touch with you?
We run pretty much every day except Friday, 6 to 9 o'clock. And pretty much everybody who wants to try and to see fencing, they can come at any time between 6 and 9. They will see us here. And then we should be able to schedule a free class for them within the group. And usually what we try to do is free classes. We put kids who want to try right in the group between the fences, so it makes it more kind of interesting and competitive for them.
Do you feel that fencing helps the children that are involved not only with their sports, but do you think it helps them with their concentration at school?
Absolutely. It's probably one of the best exercises that a kid can get to develop his concentration, to develop his stamina, to develop his athletics, to develop his thinking. Even it helps a lot with thinking process, because when you fence, when you're in strip, you have to come up with strategies, tactics, and change as it goes, depending upon situation. So it's a lot of thinking, very fast thinking.
And Leon, your phone number here and the website?
My phone number is 732-309-8301, and the website is escrimeur.com.
Thanks very much. I'm pleased to be joined with Tim Morehouse and Daryl Homer of our U.S. Olympic team, who's here with us up at the fields at the Escrimeur Fencing Club today. Thank you, gentlemen, for taking some time out of your schedule. Tim, let's talk to you. This is London's going to be your third time representing our country.
Yeah, it never gets old. I was on the Athens '04 Olympic team, and also in Beijing we won a silver medal, and really looking forward to London. It's an honor to represent your country anytime, and to be going to 3 is I feel really fortunate.
Daryl, the first time around?
It's my first time around. I've actually watched Tim compete at the last 2 from home, so very excited to be going this time.
I could imagine it's training so hard, and this is actually the height of your career, is to go to the Olympics representing the United States. You were a silver medalist at Beijing?
Yeah, we won a silver medal in men's saber team. It was the first medal we'd won in the event since 1948, and we got 2 guys, myself and another teammate, returning, and Daryl Homer is a newcomer to the team, but we've been working really hard to try to hopefully bring home a gold medal in London.
What's it feel like when the national anthem is played or the flag is being raised?
It's one of those unbelievable experiences. I mean, when you walk out of opening ceremonies behind the flag, it's just you're just overcome with emotion, and I'm looking forward to sharing first Olympic Games with Daryl. I think it's something really special and something you remember the rest of your life.
Daryl, how do you find, or what's your training schedule like with respect to fencing and then the rest of your life?
Training-wise, I've been doing 5 days a week since I was about 14 or 15 years old. This year I've chosen to redshirt a year out of my NCAA eligibility and just focus on fencing. So I actually have more time to spend with my friends in a way, because before, when I was balancing school, fencing, and friends, it was a little more difficult. Now I'm balancing fencing and friends. So I'd say it takes a lot of time management and a lot of focus. Yeah.
Well, I think that's good. When you were at school and doing it collegiately, and again, obviously, may not have been as many hours as you're now putting it for the national team. How did you find the balancing, or did you find the ability to use fencing to actually help your concentration in school?
Fencing is a huge help in learning how to concentrate in school and work and anything. It's difficult, but I've been doing it since I was 14. I've been in school, obviously, my whole life, and I've been fencing since I was a young kid. It's definitely difficult, but I think fencing builds very good life skills, generally. If you're fencing at a high level, you really have to be organized, you really have to have your life on point, and you really have to know what you're doing. So, yeah. Tim,
if you could offer one word of encouragement to, say, a youngster who's watching and has never even known what fencing is, or what would you say to them about getting involved?
Well, I think fencing is a really great sport. One thing that's great about fencing is you're never on the bench. We're all out there on your own. You're sort of owning a really high-level responsibility for what's going to happen. So it's a really great sport for really anyone to, there's only so many people that can be on the basketball and football and baseball team, but in fencing, it's you out there. I probably would not have made people didn't think I was very talented in fencing, and maybe in another sport, if you'd been dubbed that, I never would have gotten in the game or gotten the chance to show that I had talent. But in fencing, I got to go out there and continue to compete and prove that I was one of the best and could be an Olympian.
Well, Jim, I want to wish you the best for the Summer Olympics this year, and we'll certainly be watching you. It's been Mayor David Stahl. I would encourage those of you at home who can see the success of these 2 gentlemen and maybe want to get your kids involved. Come up and talk to Leon up here at the Escrimeur Fencing Club. And again, thanks for watching.